Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a tag video today. I haven't done a tag video in maybe a year or two, but I just saw Lindsay do this video and I'm going to tag her down below because her video was lots of fun, gave me inspiration. I just saw her video today and I immediately wrote down all the questions because I knew I wanted to do this tag. Fall is my favorite. My birthday is the first day of fall and that is in 2 days. It's coming up very soon. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think this year on my birthday, which is on a Monday, so that's kind of a bummer, I think I'm going to go to McKay's bookstore. I am in the process of moving and I have so many books to get rid of. So I'm going to sell my books to McKay's, and I don't think I'm going to buy any books on this trip because I don't want to have to move them, but I'll get the credit and I can use it later. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, but those are my plans. Let's go ahead and dive into this tag video. The first question is, what book always reminds you of fall? And that for me is a book I basically reread every year because I can listen to it in about an hour and I always listen to it. And that is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. This is just the epitome of autumn to me. It takes place in upstate New York. And of course it features the Headless Horseman, so there's like a small element of spookiness to it, but it really dives deep into all of the fall elements, like the crunchy leaves and the colors and the food and the celebrations and like somebody telling a spooky story. It's just the most perfect fall read there ever was. So I will definitely be rereading this. Next one is, what is your favorite autumnal cover? And that is a book I don't actually own, but I did read it for the first time last year as an ebook, and I need to buy a physical copy of it. Does it even come in a physical copy? I'm going to hope it does, because I definitely want it on my shelf. It's so beautiful. And that is Callie and the Pumpkin Seed. So I'm just going to put it there. It is so beautiful. And again, this book is perfectly autumn. It is about a girl who owns a bakery and she bakes all sorts of pumpkin and cinnamon and spicy things. It's just the most perfect autumn read. It is a Cinderella retelling. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love this story so much. Beautiful cover. Next question is, what is your favorite fall drink? And for me, I'm going to go with this tea from Celestial Seasonings. This is Bengal Spice. And I love how spicy it is. I love spicy tea, like super spicy tea, and minty tea the most. So in winter, I go more into mint. And in the fall, this is what I really love to drink. I also really love chai, but I actually think this is a bit spicier than any of the chais I've had. And I want like bite to it. I want it to burn going down, you know what I mean? So I always use 2 tea bags of this in kind of a small cup, so it's like extra flavorful. But yeah, I love this. I also am a huge Dunkin' girl. I had their pumpkin spice latte already this year, and I actually didn't like it, sad to say. So I have been getting their cereal milk latte, which really has nothing to do with fall, but it is delicious. Next question is, do you prefer to read late at night or early in the morning? Night. 100% night. I cannot read in the morning. I know there are so many people that do like reading your Bible first thing in the morning or Bible study sort of thing. And I don't have it in me to like read and comprehend anything in the morning. My brain is just shut off. I am much better at reading in the evenings and at night, especially at bedtime. Next is, what is your favorite spooky read? And I actually do own this book, but it is packed up right now. And that is The Woman in Black by Susan Hill. This is kind of a contemporary novel. I want to say maybe it was written in the 80s or 90s, but it reads like a classic. The first time I read it, I'm like, you're really telling me this is contemporary? This wasn't written in like the 1800s? Because it definitely feels like a classic. It is Gothic and it takes place on the moors in England, which is my all-time favorite setting. I love anything set there. It starts off as one of those like Victorian Christmas Eve ghost stories. So in Victorian times, they would tell ghost stories a lot on Christmas Christmas Eve. That's kind of why Christmas Carol is so popular. That's kind of where that came from. But this starts out where there's a bunch of people, they're having a Christmas Eve celebration and they're swapping stories, and someone asks this man if he has a ghost story. And so he starts telling this story of something that happened to him when he was a young man. He was a lawyer and he got sent to this house out on the moors, and he was supposed to go through all of the paperwork at the house to get it ready to sell, I believe. And while he's there, some things start happening. He starts hearing things are going on out in the moors. It is definitely spooky, and it gives all of the best vibes. I love this story so much. They also made a movie featuring Daniel Radcliffe. So if you'd rather watch the movie, that is actually scarier than the book, I would say. The next question is, what is the ultimate comfort read? I don't think any of y'all will be surprised by this, but it is Sherlock. Sherlock is definitely the most cozy read, cozy TV show, cozy movie. Anytime I want the cozy vibes, I go to Sherlock. I love it in all forms. So yeah, this is definitely a go-to for me. Favorite fall snack? This year that is going to be pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. I make those every year at fall time, and my kids get so excited when I pull out like the can of pumpkin. But yeah, I have been eating my weight in those this year, and I'm just in love with those. This is my favorite fall candle, and that is going to be this one. This is from Buc-ee's, the convenience store, the gas station. This is the best candle I've ever smelled in my life. This is roasted pecan. It smells so nice. It smells exactly like roasted pecans. Like when you go into stores and they have the setup where they're actually roasting like sugary, cinnamony pecans. That's exactly what this smells like. And this smells like fall to me. They have other flavors. I know they had a pumpkin spice. I think they have like banana pudding, cinnamon roll, stuff like that. They have other scents, but this one is my favorite. It is so nice. Next, what is my favorite fall activity? This is going to be a newer one for me. My family went on a corn maze last year. We went to this place, I think it was called Liberty Farms in Virginia, and we did this maze that was just miles long. And I don't think we made it through to the end. I think we cheated or we gave up. It was long. It was like hours of going through this maze, but it was so much fun. I had a blast doing this. They had also like a little game, like a little scavenger hunt thing that you did while you were going through the maze. So you weren't just walking through the maze, you were actually like collecting things as you were going. And it was just so much fun. I loved everything about it. And at the end of the maze, we did a hayride, which again was so much fun. I love a good hayride. I will never turn one of those down. So hopefully my family will get to do something like that again this year. I would love to make it a tradition. All right, and what is on my fall reading list? I have a couple things that I hope to get to. I don't really do TBRs, but hopefully I can read these. I know Victober is coming up, and I don't really do like the whole readathon thing because all the prompts stress me out, but I do want to read at least one book that is like during the Victorian era. And so I am going to, well, hopefully I'm going to read Great Expectations. I have read this one multiple times and I love it. I know I really like it. I'll probably watch one of the movies to go along with it, but I love Great Expectations, and this feels like a very fall book to me. I think because we would have to read this in school, and so it reminds me of like English class in the fall for whatever reason. I also want to read Whose Body by Dorothy L. Sayers, I believe. I want to read The 13th Tale by, is her name Diane Sutterfield? I think, maybe. I feel like I started that book years ago when it first came out, and I didn't finish reading it, and I don't remember anything about what I read, but I keep seeing it come back around, and I'm interested in it again. I want to pick it up. I also want to read a Mrs. Jeffries book. I have this one, and I bought this one because of the cover, because there's fall leaves on this cover, but this one is nowhere near the beginning of the series. So I might start with the very first one and then maybe read this one. I don't know if you have to read these in order, but I really want to read this one because of the cover. I want to read Wuthering Heights. I think that would probably work for Victober as well. That has been on my TBR for probably 20 years now, and I keep pushing it off. I'm a little bit scared of it, and I don't know why, but I really, really want to get to it this year. And I'm currently reading this one while I'm listening to it, and that is Sherlock Holmes, The Valley of Fear. Look at this cover. Seriously, this is a fall cover. I started it thinking maybe it was set in fall just because of this cover, but it's set in January. So I'm still reading it and we're still really liking it. It's pretty short, but it's definitely giving me the cozy vibes. So that is it. That's the whole video. I would love to see everyone else do this video because this is super fun. I really like these questions. And so if you want to do it, do it. If any of these things are your favorite as well, let me know. And if not, let me know what one of your fall favorites is. I hope everybody's having a great September, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.